The energy inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium was electric, a palpable buzz that seemed to vibrate through every seat and echo off the stadium's iconic roof. Fans from all walks of life, draped in their team's colors, filled the stands with anticipation, their voices rising in a chorus of excitement that could be felt even outside the stadium walls. It was August 8th, 2025, a date circled on calendars for months, promising a clash between two determined teams under the summer night lights. The Detroit Lions and Atlanta Falcons battled fiercely, trading blows and big plays, the score tight at 17-10 as the fourth quarter began. Every snap, every tackle, every yard gained or lost felt monumental, with both teams refusing to give an inch. But on the very first play of that decisive quarter, the entire atmosphere shifted in an instant. What started as just another routine snap quickly became a moment that would overshadow everything that came before. Detroit Lions defensive back Morice Norris lay motionless on the turf after a seemingly ordinary play, his teammates and opponents immediately sensing something was terribly wrong. The stadium's roar turned to stunned silence, the collective gasp of tens of thousands echoing louder than any touchdown celebration. Players from both teams immediately took a knee, their concern for Norris eclipsing all rivalry. In that moment, the game paused, and the fierce competition gave way to a shared humanity. The game, the score, the competition, all faded away, replaced by a sense of unity and vulnerability that swept through the stadium. In that moment, the only thing that mattered was the health of a young man lying on the field, his fate uncertain, his teammates and coaches visibly shaken. The stadium's bright lights seemed to dim as medical personnel rushed to his side, their urgency underscoring the seriousness of the situation. Every second felt like an eternity as fans and players alike waited for any sign of hope. The cheers and excitement were replaced by a shared sense of vulnerability, a reminder that beneath the helmets and jerseys are real people, facing real risks. The game of football became secondary to the game of life, as coaches, referees, and players huddled together, united in concern and uncertainty. The crowd, coaches, and players were united in hope for Norris's recovery. Their thoughts and prayers focused on his well-being rather than the outcome of the game. It was a stark reminder of the risks these athletes face every time they step onto the field, the courage it takes to play a game where everything can change in a single moment. That single play redefined the entire night, leaving everyone in the stadium with a new perspective on the fragility of the game and the strength of the human spirit when faced with adversity. As medical staff rushed to Norris, a wave of uncertainty swept over the field. The urgency in their movements was unmistakable, and everyone, players, coaches, and fans, held their breath, hoping for a sign that things would be okay. A tense quiet settled over the stadium, the kind of silence that feels heavy and unnatural in a place usually filled with cheers and chants. For 21 minutes, the game was suspended, an eternity for everyone watching. Time seemed to stretch, each second marked by anxious glances at the scoreboard and the field. Players remained on one knee, heads bowed, united in concern. Their usual rivalries faded, replaced by a shared hope for Norris's recovery. Coaches stood silently, playbooks forgotten. Their focus shifted from strategy to solidarity, their faces etched with worry and compassion. The usual noise of a football game was replaced by hushed whispers and anxious glances. Conversations were brief, voices low, as if speaking too loudly might shatter the fragile hope that lingered in the air. The sight of the ambulance on the field underscored the seriousness of the moment. Its flashing lights cast an eerie glow, a stark reminder that this was no ordinary injury. As Norris was stabilized and placed on a stretcher, the entire stadium rose in a spontaneous, respectful ovation. It was a gesture of support, a collective embrace from thousands of strangers. The applause was not for a play, but a collective wish for healing. In that moment, the game's outcome faded into the background, replaced by a deeper sense of humanity. In those minutes, thousands of strangers were connected by empathy. People who had never met found themselves united in hope, worry, and compassion. The delay was somber but necessary, allowing Norris to receive the best care. Every second counted, and the medical team worked with calm precision, their expertise offering a sliver of reassurance. When the ambulance departed, relief mixed with lingering worry. The crowd watched in silence, some with tears in their eyes, others holding hands or offering quiet prayers. The game technically continued, but the spirit of competition was gone. Players moved with heavy hearts, their minds still on their fallen teammate. The focus had shifted from the scoreboard to the hospital. Every play, every pass, was overshadowed by concern for Norris's condition. The brotherhood of football was on full display. Players from both teams offered comfort, showing that some moments transcend rivalry. Those 21 minutes revealed the fragility of life on the 50-yard line. The field, usually a place of glory and competition, became a stage for vulnerability and unity. The night's outcome no longer mattered. The final score was irrelevant compared to the hope for one player's recovery. All eyes were on Norris's journey ahead, a reminder that in the end, the true measure of a game is not just in points, but in the compassion and unity it inspires. In crisis, true leadership emerges. It's in these moments, when the stakes are highest and emotions run deep, that the character of a leader is truly revealed. Detroit Lions head coach Dan Campbell faced a situation no coach ever wants to see. When Norris went down with a devastating injury, the entire stadium seemed to hold its breath. Campbell immediately recognized that his players couldn't simply shake it off and continue as if nothing had happened. Without hesitation, Campbell crossed the field to meet Atlanta's Raheem Morris. The two coaches, united by concern for their players, quickly came to a mutual decision, one that put humanity above competition. They agreed. The game would not go on. For Campbell, the scoreboard was irrelevant in that moment. His only priority was the well-being of his players, their mental and physical health, and the emotional toll the incident had taken on everyone involved. At the postgame press conference, Campbell's voice trembled with emotion as he addressed the media. He shared a glimmer of hope with the world. He's breathing, he's talking, he's got some movement. Those words brought relief to anxious fans, teammates, and families watching everywhere. These words were a lifeline for everyone watching. The uncertainty had been overwhelming, and Campbell's update offered a sense of comfort and unity. Ending the game was a decision rooted in empathy and respect. It was a reminder that football, for all its intensity, is still just a game. Human lives matter far more. Campbell described Norris as the ultimate class act, a testament to the deep personal connection he feels for his players. He sees them as more than athletes. They're people, with families and futures. The team is a family, and when one member is hurting, everyone feels it. In that moment, the Lions rallied together, supporting each other through the shock and uncertainty. Continuing would have been hollow. The spirit of competition means nothing if it comes at the expense of compassion and care. Campbell's choice sent a powerful message, not just to his team, but to the entire league. We take care of our own, no matter the circumstances. His leadership in this moment earned respect across the league, from players, coaches, and fans alike. It was a display of sportsmanship and integrity that transcended the game itself. This act of compassion and courage will be remembered long after the score is forgotten. It's moments like these that define what it truly means to lead. Campbell showed that coaching is about more than X's and O's. It's about caring for people, building trust, and standing up for what's right, even when it's difficult. In a moment of crisis, Dan Campbell put humanity first, setting an example for all who witnessed it. Sportsmanship was on full display from both sidelines. Falcons head coach Raheem Morris immediately understood the gravity of the situation. When Campbell approached, Morris responded with empathy and solidarity. Their mutual decision to end the game was a powerful statement. Morris saw not a rival, but a young man in need. Falcons players mirrored their coach's compassion, remaining on one knee in support. There was no impatience, only unity and respect. The game became about people, not teams. This collaboration set the tone for everyone in the stadium. Morris and Campbell were guardians of the game's integrity. They chose compassion over competition. Their joint decision was a lesson in leadership and empathy. In that moment, the NFL was one family. The Lions locker room felt the impact of Norris's injury most deeply. These teammates were brothers, bonded by countless hours together. Quarterback Kyle Allen spoke for everyone. First and foremost, we're all praying for Mo. Stats and scores meant nothing compared to Norris's health. Some teammates planned to stay behind in Atlanta, offering support to Norris and his family. This gesture spoke volumes about the team's unity. The willingness to alter travel plans showed true brotherhood. Adversity revealed the Lions' character. They rallied around Norris with prayers, support, and selfless acts. Their focus was singular: Mo's recovery. The bonds of this team proved unbreakable. In their toughest moment, they stood together. The world saw what it means to be a team. Amid the uncertainty, one source of comfort stood out. Morice Norris's mother was by his side at the hospital. Coach Campbell's update brought relief to everyone. A mother's love is a powerful force, offering comfort no medicine can match. Her presence was a beacon of hope in a frightening time. The journey of an athlete is shared with family, especially in moments like this. Campbell's mention of Norris's mother reminded everyone that behind the helmet is a son. It humanized the event, shifting focus from player to person. The image of a mother at her child's side resonated deeply. Norris's support system was strong, anchored by his mother's love. Her presence marked the first step on his road to recovery. When Norris went down, the stadium's divisions vanished. Fans from both teams were united by concern, not rivalry. The silence was more powerful than any cheer. As Norris was attended to, fans stood in quiet respect, many clasping hands in prayer. The applause as he was carried off was a collective gesture of hope. It wasn't for a play, but for a person. The spirit of sportsmanship extended beyond the field. Fans showed empathy and unity, treating Norris as one of their own. In that moment, sports brought people together in the most profound way. The stadium's response was a testament to the power of compassion. That Friday night in Atlanta revealed the best of the human spirit. Compassion from coaches, unity among players, and empathy from fans took center stage. The spectacle of sports faded, revealing its true heart. Dan Campbell and Raheem Morris set the tone, putting a player's well-being above the game. Their decision resonated with everyone watching. The players' unified response showed brotherhood and respect. Support for Norris was unwavering, from teammates to fans. The night was a testament to unity and the power of community. Adversity brought out the best in everyone. The final score will fade, but the image of unity will endure. This was sports at its most human. After a night of worry, morning brought hope. Coach Campbell's update confirmed Norris was conscious and moving. Relief swept through the NFL community. The road to recovery would be challenging, but the prognosis was encouraging. Support poured in from across the league. Players, fans, and media united in hope. The hashtag #PrayForMo trended, showing the NFL's solidarity. Norris's journey would require courage and resilience, but he was not alone. The story became one of hope and the unbreakable human spirit. The image of unity on that field will not be forgotten. Even after the darkest night, the sun will always rise.